We started our process with a photograph and a book that the photograph is in. And we decided that we wanted to show how to research, say if a student had been given that photograph and needed to write a paper on that photograph. So we went through the process of how they could do such a thing.
And the potential for that is that most students, I think, in history have a hard time learning how to associate a picture or any artifact with a secondary source. And so what we wanted to do was, if we had these sources, was come up with a interesting way to explain what they can do to write that research paper and have an easier time doing that. So that was our process, was trying to put together the different resources we've learned throughout the semester to help students learn how to do research.
We also did use SkimC and went through the process of how to do SkimC, so it would help a student if they were not even doing a research paper but just trying to do that process. And I guess the pros and cons, the pros is that you can use this to model the whole assignment or to model how to do research in a different way, or even if you could just put it up on a website for students that need a little extra help, they could go access that certain video and be able to have a little bit of help on how to research. And
As Ashley said, I do think those are pros, but for cons, when it comes to using digital movies, having students make their own, it all comes down to time and what the assignment is, because I think for most students, especially the length that we did our video, was that we had to make our own slides as well as find things online and try to relate it to what we were trying to do. So I think most students need that scaffolding and able to do that. So I think those are some cons that will take time and effort by the teacher's part as well as the students to participate. But I think in the classroom, having something digital and using technology can really make things a lot more interesting, and they see things clearly, because I think our video is step by step, but instead of just being a lecture, boring type of learning to take place, watching a video is a lot more interesting than sitting in class and listening to the teacher.
that, and if the student could use it as they were doing a project that was similar to our movie, that they could at least teach themselves and teach others and learn more how to do the research and actually how to do the video.
And one thing too, I think to keep in mind is we've talked about digital native a lot this semester, and I think for our students who are younger than us, I think we just got to judge at their technological skills, because most students I think might be able to have some idea, but I just think you got to know what your students' capabilities are as well as what your school has to offer in terms of technology. But definitely when at all possible, in time amidst and it's the appropriate time to use, I think technology should be used, especially in topics that are a lot more confusing or need more support in explaining than actually just reading a textbook. So that's pros and cons of that.
Nope, and